What's going on, people? Today we got a 2025 brand new Sonata SEL. This was my rental for the weekend. It only got 2,000 miles on it. It's a pretty nice car. It's brand new, as I just mentioned. The trim is SEL. The MSRP for this is around $28,000 plus the destination, which I believe is around 1,500. So you're looking at an under 30K car, a full-size sedan, which are phasing out to the US, but this is a brilliant car. Here's the key fob for it. You got your Hyundai logo on it, on the key fob, right? It actually still got the protector on. Got lock, unlock, remote start, and hazard and trunk release on the side. For higher trims, you'll get the Hyundai famous remote moving or parking assist. So on the top, we got a LED light bar, which looks pretty fancy, and just like its little brother Kona, we also got a bar on the top. And then we got LED headlights, which looks also great. The bottom is not the fog light, I believe that's a high beam. The turn lights are on the top, as you just saw. We got nice 215 17 inches tires, right? Pretty cool looking rims. And to prove this car is brand new, you can actually see this is supposed to be removed before delivery, but they kept it on. This car is made in Korea. Also, those protectors are still on. How satisfying is that? In the back, you also got a light bar as your brake, turning lights, right? You got your Hyundai logo, your backup camera, and this is your trunk release to be removed by customer only. Back here, you got a very big trunk, actually. It's very deep. I removed the junk. You got a spare tire. It's not a full size, but it's better than those inflation kits that most of new car gets these days. Right? That's also brand new. Protector is still on here. Let me close the trunk and let's take a look inside. Sorry about the dirtiness of the exterior. We just got a rain and they didn't wash it again before they handed it to me. Coming in here, you got your passenger and driver, one touch down, one touch up window controls, right? You got two big screens, but I'll tell you actually, if we turn the car on, this screen in front of you is actually not a screen. The screen part is only in the middle. Those two are fixed. You can't adjust any of those. You got automatic headlights, automatic climate control, right? I'm not used to using automatic climate control, so I'm gonna keep it as manual. You can go flipping pages on these the little screen in here, so it shows basically your trip, your MPGs, the driving assist, and tire pressure. That's it. That's the only information it can display on here, which is a little you can't really configure it. like the Civic that I just had last week. On the steering wheel, you got adaptive cruise control. This is like the lane keep or the lane tracing assist. Hyundai and Kia does. This is your cruise control. This is going flipping the page on the center screen. Cruise control, and this really just controls the center screen. So everything on the left side of the steering wheel controls the screen on top. And then on the right side, we actually got a big, nice screen here. So it does come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, also wireless, wired and wireless. That just goes to Apple CarPlay, and if I want to turn to radio, I go to media. Yeah, and okay. Actually, yeah, there's the menu for that, the online menu, which is great. You can basically look up anything on here in the screen instead of flipping through the page that's in the trunk. This screen is very beautiful, big, very high-tech looking. I was just trying to go to the radio because I want to show you something, right? So you got your FM, AM, right? The usual stuff. Sirius XM as well. This is basically like an Android iPad or Android pad. You got like those Samsung looking push buttons. You also got where you're at, longitude, latitude, and elevation. And if we flip, that's a clock. And then something nice is the Hyundai Kia does this like meditation sounds. So sounds of the nature, lively forest. Right? It's beautiful. But I would not play it on my drive because it kind of puts me to sleep. Yes, city at dawn, you got all the different options. I believe Genesis also have those. So if you're in a Hyundai Kia product, you might see this. It has to be a newer Hyundai Kia. So let's turn that off. You got your screen control buttons here. This controls the volume. This adjusts the radio station. And your climate control is a touch screen. You got heated seats for both the driver and the passenger. And then watch closely. If I press off, it does this little wave thing. See that? That's a very nice touch. But being a touch screen, some people like it, some people doesn't. Let me know how you think. Down here you got 2 USB-C chargers. Unfortunately, my iPhone still got the USB, so I have to brought out the old technology here. At least Hyundai offers it, which is great. Down here you got your drive mode selector. You got normal, sport, and my drive, which is like a smart drive mode on those Kias. Auto hold and your backup camera. The backup camera is actually really, really clear compared to like any Toyota product that I've been driven. You can also turn it on anytime just by pressing that button. It's a nice touch, and I believe on the higher trims you'll get the 360 view camera and also like those turning cameras that Hyundai famous of. Speakers on the door, speakers down there. Got nice little, I want to say fake aluminum looking plastic. The top is somewhat hard, but that's like the soft material. In here you get a decent sized glove box. feels a little cheap, but it's a car under $30,000, which you can't complain much these days. You got 2 cup holders. This little holder, what I do is I just put my phone there. Nice little center armrest. Nice little touch here. This is soft. And then, not being the sportiest version, that's like the GT lines and all that, it does offer paddle shifters. Because this car actually has a transmission. It's an 8-speed automatic paired with a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, produces 191 horsepower. Mirror, you don't get auto dimming. You got this physical one, which is fine, but you do have blind spot monitoring. Right, the armrest is thick and beefy. It's a little bit hard to grab if you want to use your whole hand to grab it, but if you just grab it by that end, you should be able to close the door very easily. One thing you need to adjust, you need to get used to, is the shifter location. The shifter is actually down here. You got your parking on the side, and then if you flip to the front, that's drive, and if you flip to the back, that's reverse, and if you sort of flip in the middle, that's in neutral. It kind of reminds me of those Prius shifters. It's a funny looking shifter that's not in the center, but if you choose to buy the car, if you're interested in buying any Hyundai product, I think the new Kona also have this kind of shifter, and also those EVs, right? It's inspired from those EVs and saves some room in the center. It takes time to get used to it, but if it's a rental, you might, right, your habit will make you grab the center, or if you drive a truck, you grab the column shifter. But it took some time to get used to it. Also get used to forward is drive, backward is reverse. I think Mercedes or Tesla Model S, the first couple generations, right? The first couple years, it's the opposite, right? Reverse is up and drive is down. I had a Mercedes for a while, so I got used to like press down is the drive. But this, I got used to it on day 2, but the first day, it's giving me some trouble by putting me into the wrong gear that I wanted. In the center, you got 4 dots. This is supposed to be the Morse code for H, which stands for Hyundai, I guess. You got your electric parking brake. You can adjust the illumination on your screen, and then traction control off, trunk release here. One thing that I noticed is the shifter location actually blocks me to look at the volume knob. So whenever I want to adjust the volume, it's kind of like a blind reach. I couldn't figure out where it's at. So if they can fix this, that would be great. Engine start stop is also sort of blocked by the shifter, right? So once you get used to the car, you'll be fine. Let's look at the back. So going in the back, you got decent legroom, right? I still got 4 fingers legroom. About 1/5 of the headroom. As you can see, it's a brand new car. Hasn't peeled the little protectors yet. Also, that's a big one. Hey. Very satisfying. You actually don't get air vents in the back. Maybe higher trim will have that, but you do get 2 USB-C plugs for your passengers. And you do get a center cup holder, which fits small drinks. Go out, I'll show you the seats. Ooh, more protectors. Someone delivering the car didn't do his job. I'm not gonna peel this off. Save something for the next renter, right? So you do get 8-way power adjust for the driver, and everything else, the passenger is manual. And you do get cloth seats because this is a lower trim. That's also very new, and it's a lower trim car, so you don't get leather seats, but heated cloth seats. That just goes very well in my opinion. And if we're ready, let's take it to a drive. Actually, let me show you the mirror. Mirror is decent size, right? But they added a switch to this, so if you don't want lights, and if you do want lights, you can turn it on. If you don't want it, just leave it off. And also the mirror can adjust, unlike the little thingy on the Toyota products. Oh, I haven't shown you the engine yet. So let's pop the hood open. See the 2-liter engine. Yeah, this is like a daytime running light, but only part of it is daytime. So the turn signal part is daytime running lights, and the middle part doesn't illuminate until it's at night. Hold on, let me pause here. Under the hood, you actually have hydraulic struts, which is brilliant for this entry-level full-size sedan. Most of them still have the manual one, right? You got your famous Hyundai GDI engine. I don't know what that stands for, but they put the logos on most of their cars. As you can see, it actually vibrates a lot, right? So that's also vibrating, and the engine is also vibrating. So I think it's gonna last 10,000 miles, or no, 100,000 miles, excuse me, since that's what they recommended, or that's what their warranty is, right? 10-year, 100,000 miles. You do get some sound damping materials in there, right? It actually vibrates quite a bit. Coming in here, drive mode, it shows something here. So you got sport, my drive, which you can set up, powertrain being smart or normal or sport, steering sport or normal, and then of course you have the normal power drive mode, right? Sport. In normal mode, the steering is actually super light. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is this looks fine, right? The steering wheel looks like a circle, but it's not. So it does this weird little corner thing for the bottom, right? So bottom left and bottom right. It's not a perfect circle, which annoys me a little bit, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna leave in the my mode or my drive mode, and then the powertrain is smart, steering is sport. Sport actually makes the steering a little heavier than the normal mode. So put the seatbelt on and let's go for a drive. first, shift it into drive. The engine noise is okay. They do a lot of soundproofing, right? So the beefy 17-inch tires, the soundproofing material under the hood, right? Those all help with the quietness in the cabin. This is one of the quiet sedans that I've been driven, most likely because I just came out of the Civic Sport from last week. So that 2-liter Civic handles a lot better than this full-size Sonata, but the power is dragging the whole car down. So the Sonata, the power is decent. The handling isn't the best. It's not sporty at all. You feel some body rolls for a sedan like this compared to like Accord or Camry. The body roll is a lot more significant in the Sonata, which you can feel. Also, the RPM meter is a little weird because that just shows 1.8. It doesn't really have a dial like that. I don't think people can get used to the 1.3 or whatever RPM it's showing in the digit. So yeah, the cabin noise is very minimal. Only thing you can hear is a little bit wind noise and a little bit engine noise when you go really hard on it. But the handling, as I just mentioned, there's a traffic circle or roundabout ahead, so you can see what I'm talking about. For $30,000, I know it's not super fancy, right? But $30,000 is still a significant amount. You can, however, get some discount on this, right? Maybe $1,500, maybe $2,000. They're offering something like that, right? When we turn left, there's actually the body roll makes you feel like you're driving an SUV. That's how bad the body roll is. It's not like you're driving a truck, but it feels like you're driving, for example, the Crosstrek up there. Actually, the Crosstrek might handle better than this because that one has 4-wheel drive. So yeah, it's most similar to like a Rogue that I've driven, a front-wheel drive Rogue. The body roll is a little bit, you can feel the body roll, but not the end of the world. Plus, it's a family sedan, so people driving it is not gonna be going around the corners every single time, every day, right? But they do offer a high performance version of this. Let's see that, let's hear that noise. Not the best engine sound, but not the worst. The engine scream is a little bit like a CVT, but as I mentioned earlier, this one has an 8-speed automatic. Yeah, as I was talking, there's a high performance version that uses 2.5 turbo, which produces like 250 to 300 horsepower. I wonder if the handling is gonna be as bad as on that model. That might be the N line or something. Yeah. They also offer a hybrid version of the Sonata on the higher trims, either N line or limited. Those one might be fun. Save some gas, right? Save some money on gas, save some money on purchasing the hybrid, the Hyundai hybrid compared to like a Camry. Overall, for the $30,000 car, you don't feel it's a $30,000 car, or like you don't feel it's on the cheaper end. Most of the materials it uses is pretty nice. You do get what you paid for, so it's not trying to be luxurious, but it's offering everything it can. The 2 screen, especially the big screen here, makes it look really fancy. The design of it, I think it looks nice. I like the exterior design better than the last gen or like the 2022 ones. Those look like a catfish. Yeah, overall, this is a solid choice for $30,000. A little bit under $30,000 actually. The SEL trim. You can also get all-wheel drive on this. That's an option for around $1,500, which brings your total slightly above 31. But if wherever you live doesn't snow much, or if you have another car for the snow weather, you don't need all-wheel drive. But that might makes the handling a lot better compared to the front-wheel drive version of this Sonata. But yeah, thanks for watching, and consider subscribing or leave a comment. I'll try my best to answer any questions that you might have. But yeah, this is the car driving itself, so you got your lane centering, focus, your driving distance. The distance goes from 4 to 1, and yeah. If you like this kind of videos, I got more videos in my bio. Just click on the link below if you want to see other rental cars that I've been driven. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one, which is very soon.